Hi, welcome to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, the Targeted Individual Experience. You have to excuse the weird thing that's happening behind me. That is the silhouette of the software that's cutting me out of the background and replacing with the background you see behind me. So that's what you're getting there. So for those TIs looking at this, there's nothing demonic going on. There's no directed energy. I mean, there's directed energy, but this is not it. Okay, this is just the green screen software, basically calculating the edge, my silhouette, so that it can cut out the background behind me and replace it with this background that you see right here. Okay. So where do we begin? Coercive mind control tactics. All right. I talked about that, and again, same type of subliminal being sent, using Pam, using men to basically approach her, talk to her, in order to cause issues between me and her. And so it's something that's continuously going to happen, and I understand that regardless of how they may try to send me messages about being quiet about my targeting, and they're going to stop all that stuff. The fact is, look, I'm not going to stop talking about this. This is too important, way too important. Okay. Let's go to the videos, because it's a lot, and I gotta go pick up my daughter from school. So here I am leaving. Again, you see this computer's acting up, right? It was fine, and then I start doing my videos again. Then this is what happened. Okay, so here I am leaving school. Okay, and you're gonna see they've been using the security guards in my targeting recently, throughout the school. And listen, the security guards, they're in the school. That's what they do, is to have security within the school. But they target me, and I'm gonna show you how. Okay, so usually when I leave the school, most of the time I don't take the stairs, right? Most of the time I go through this area right here where there's no stairs, which is for like wheelchair and stuff like that, people who have mobility issue, right? So when the security guard see me heading this way, he comes and start walking towards me. Okay, and you'll see here the hand signal. Talk about that index finger, and then he has I think it's keys in his hand. He has a set of keys in his hand. Okay, let me make certain of that. Okay, just doing a little color work here. That's my okay. Okay. So again, you'll see the hand signal, okay, which I talk about, the index finger, the pointing finger. That's one of the hand signals. And then the other hand, you'll see he has keys in the other hand. Now, as I walk past, he's going to turn, and he's going to just you see him just slightly push the keys forward so I can in my direction, right? Let's see here. You have to excuse me. And this is kind of acting up. So you'll see right here as you hold the keys, and then also the use of numbers, right? The use of numbers. Let's go back again. So all of a sudden, he's walking towards me. He's talking to the other security guard. Because again, this is synchronization, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So you see whatever I think it's the keys in his hands, and then he turns it towards right there, so you can see as I'm walking past. Hear the helicopter flying overhead. Okay, now watch this. Watch the other security guard as he's walking. He starts speeding up, walk in front of me, and again you'll see the palm fixation drill as you see the palm of his hands. Okay. And again, and I'm keeping the recording going because I know there's more. And you see the guy with the gray jacket. Of course, you know he's a perp. When he sees me, he sees I'm recording. Turns out he walks out to school. Okay. And here you have these two teenagers. As soon as I walk past, they start doing the hand signal. It's like coughing. Let me go back a little bit there. Okay, you guys can see he looks at me. The other guy in the green, the other one does the hand signal. Okay, and as I walk past, he puts his hands there. Okay, so you think this is it, right? So I walk to the bus station, right? This is just a little while after, right? Walk to the bus station, and you have a bus coming. It stops and says, "Call police, emergency, call police." Right now, I have never seen the bus do that, and there's no emergency on the bus. Okay, or they may just say, "If there's an emergency, call the police." Right? But I've really never seen that on the bus. But the fact that what happened with the security guards in my school, walk to the bus stop. Now this bus is coming saying, emergency, call police. Okay? What type of subliminal message they're trying to send me? Because I'm not calling the police for shit. Because they're a huge part of my targeting. And I've shown that. And they are the enforcers of this psychological coercive persuasion program. With the threat of being shot, being incarcerated, you know. So yeah, I ain't calling them unless, you know, I really have to and need to. I'll call them. Other than that, you trying to send me some subliminal message about calling the cops? No, it'll never happen. Okay, let's get to the next video. All right, so I went to the store. And this is the same day now. Okay? So I went to the store to get some potatoes. And again, this is the same day now, but this is after I got home. When I say home, not my home, but Pam home. And I went to the store, went out to get some potatoes to cook a meal for the kids. The minute I got to the store, paid for my stuff, they started with the gay theme. And these two gay guys were as loud as heck. They were very, very loud. So I have to, I started recording. Okay? Now, watch this guy here. Okay? What happened is that as I exit out the store, he looks at the gay guy, the one in the yellow. Okay. Had to step away for a minute. Had to go get my daughter. Anyway, so where was I? So, right. So I went into the Korean grocery store. And again, as soon as I got in there, these two gay guys come in there talking loud as hell. And so I knew something was up because they were like really, really loud, right? And again, this is a theme that they like to run from time to time. It's the gay theme, right? And so you'll see here. Okay, so let me just go back. Okay, that's one of them. Now, as I exit out the Korean store, this guy right here, the picture's a little blurry. He looks at the gay guy, and then he looks at me, right? And he was standing there, waiting, right? So let's get a good picture of him. And actually, I see him pick up kids at my daughter and son's school. So they use people, you know, that you may. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what happened with this, but I think it's because they didn't want me to get a good picture of this Hispanic woman right here, because they've been using a lot of Hispanic women, and on top of that, her face was painted like with some gold color, right? It was kind of weird. But watch this, right? Watch as soon as she walked past. Look, camera is perfect now. Perfect now, right? So again, this is them hacking into my phone and not allowing me to get a good picture of these individual faces. Okay, because again, this is all part of my targeting. But let's see if I can get a good picture of them. Okay, so let's see. So here's one. Here's another. That's a good picture. I see him sometimes at my daughter's and son's school, picking up his kids, or some kids. Alright, so like I said, they've been using a lot of Hispanic women lately. Even today, when I pick up the kids from school, I walk them over to the Boys and Girls Club. My daughter went, my son didn't want to go. There was a Hispanic woman, young Hispanic woman, you know, walking towards me. She's probably in her 20s. And she literally gave me the middle finger. Point blank, give me a finger. You know what? I gave her back the middle finger too. Point blank. Okay? She walked towards me and she literally like lifted up her hands like, I'm not going to do it, but you know, she lifted up her hands like this and put out her middle finger, and I just extended my hand back and I put up my middle finger. And so you see her here. Let's see if I can even get an even better. Let me just brighten it up some more and see if we can get a better picture. So it's funny how the phone would not focus, right, on these three people, because again, they have hacked into my device to prevent me from recording. There's some people that they don't want to be recorded. Okay, for instance, just coming back from picking up my daughter from the Boys and Girls Club. There was this guy standing outside, okay, because I can see him because there's this two window on the door, and he sees me. Right, he was standing there. I was there waiting for my daughter to sign herself out, so I saw him because I was looking outside. He couldn't see me, but I can see him because I was elevated. And the minute I hit those stairs, he saw me. He turned around and he bolted. And he was standing there for like a good 2 minutes. Okay, he turned around, he bolted. So there are certain perps, and I think that because they are agents who don't want to be recognized, agents within the black community, agents of white supremacy within the black community, or agents of crooked white supremacist police officers, right, or crooked cops, that they are informants and they don't want to be recognized, because he certainly did not want to be recognized, because he just turned and he bolted. And when I say he bolted, I mean he bolted. Okay, all right, so let's go back slightly. Now if you look right to her skin color, and you look at her face, it's like a rosy gold. So I don't know what kind of makeup she had on, but it was ridiculous. And I was like, why is her face painted gold? You know, she's walking with a smile again, hustling and bustling. Right. Also, in school, within the past 2 weeks, they've been using a lot of Asian students in my targeting, and they move from ethnic group to ethnic group. Okay, in a more concentrated way. And so I was, very observant, looking at what was going on. And again, it's to try to prevent me from exposing what it is that they're doing. But you see, I'm still doing my videos. All right, so now here comes the red theme. Now I want you guys to remember this, because this is a pattern that you'll see happening, where somebody wearing a red sweater, red jacket will all of a sudden just jump in front of me and start walking in front of me, right? And it's been happening a lot. No, the video's been a little choppy, but there's nothing I can do. I don't have the time to really diagnose the issue. It's my weekend with the kids, so we're going over to my house, and I really don't want to be stuck here trying to fix this thing. But it happens. This is what they do. This is, they run interference to slow you down, to delay you, to get you to be frustrated, right? But I'm still recording, and I'm going to still record this video and do this video. Alright, so let's get to the next video. Okay, so let's go over. Okay, where are we at here? Okay, so same day. So let me see, here comes the next phase. Right, so you see this young woman, walking towards me with a small travel bag, and she sees me, and she takes out her phone, right? And she did it. She takes out her phone, put it back in, and then she takes out her phone, put it back in. Because I took out my phone because I wanted to see if she's going to do the same thing back, which she did. So that was when I started recording, right? Okay, she coughed in front of me. Okay, let's go back. Okay, and I'm gonna pause it and watch the hand. See the 4 fingers. See what she did. Again, trying to mask the targeting. Then she's gonna cough. Okay. It didn't so slick. Okay, now she asked me if I know if the elevator's working. Now, obviously, the elevator's not working. She's reading the sign on the door. Okay, if the elevator was working, there wouldn't be a sign there. But again, they like to engage in conversation by asking kind of obvious questions. But it's meant to send some sort of subliminals. In this case, my response to her was like, "It's a sign on the door." All right. See, this is how I treat them. They want to act stupid, so I'm gonna treat them like they're stupid. And that's including us as TIs too. The way how we've been targeted, we lost our critical thinking ability and the ability, a lot of us, the ability to make informed decision, and also not just informed decision, but decisions that will help us to better ourselves or better our lives, and that has been taken from a lot of us. Okay, I'm just gonna pause it right there. Okay, and let's get to the next video. Okay, all right. So, again, this is no, this is the next day. This is the next day. Leaving to go. It might be the same day too. I think it might be the same day, right? Leaving to go get the kids, and of course I saw fire trucks at the end of the block, and I started recording. Right, I hit the record button, but my phone wasn't recording. I thought it was recording, so I'm narrating what's going on, and then I turned the corner, started walking, and I said to myself, you know what? Let me check to see if this video has been recorded. I went to see if the video's recorded. No video recorded. So I said, okay, what the heck? So again, preventing me from recording this stuff. So what I had to do now is start to record over again, and this time you'll see me walking back to where the fire trucks are. No, I didn't forget. I did hit the record button. And this is what they'll do, right? They start counting money in front of me. And he literally just took it out of his pockets, right? You see him behind it? You see his hands was in his pocket, and as he started walking towards me, he goes in his pocket, takes out the money. I start counting money in front of me. And then she's walking towards me, bowing her head. Okay, so I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna stop the video. But guess what? Again, you'll see the let's see here. You'll see the red theme play out again. As soon as I start to cross the street, guess who jumps in front of me? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. There you go. All right. So guess who jumps in front of me, right? So you know I got to record it, right? Because at this point, how they target you, you get to recognize exactly what it is that they're doing. Of course, and then a fire truck driving by. I see the perp all of a sudden want to talk to me. He's talking about, what's up, fella? And I said, caught you? Because they know they got caught. They know they got caught. And all of a sudden, they all got their hands in their pocket, right? The school safety officers. messed up at that point. Let's see here. Pause it. Right there. See, she opens her mouth, sticks her tongue out. Okay, now this was yesterday. Got out of the train station on my way home, and again, you'll see ambulances. You'll see there's a fire truck down there. Again, remember, this is all street theater. It's all orchestrated. When I tell people that perps will cause accidents, because they probably gonna get a brand new car out of it, or they get their car fixed for free. But this is what they do, right? Because again, it's kind of strange, right? That when I'm being targeted heavily, particularly with the noise campaign, particularly with fire trucks, if I walk to the corner, fire trucks. If I come out the train station, fire trucks. If I'm going to the train station, fire trucks. If I come out of the train station after going into the train station, fire trucks. If I get to my destination, fire trucks. This is what used to happen to me early on in my targeting, the heavy noise campaign, the heavy harassment campaign using the FDNY, as well as emergency vehicles like ambulances. Okay, so again, I just had to record it just to show. Because once you see, the thing is that they're gonna continue to do this, and if you expose them one way, they'll find another way, right? They'll make an excuse. They'll have someone on your block call the fire department or call the ambulance. It's all part of the targeting. If they know that you're leaving and going somewhere, trust me. Or if they know that you're coming home at a certain time, trust me, the ambulances, the fire trucks should be there. And like I said, hey, there are emergencies happening, but when you're a TI, you know when it is a street theater, a harassment campaign, because you've been through it so many times. Okay? Certainly have. Okay, but this is again tactics they employ, how they manipulate things and people, and just exposing it. So still walking. This is the next video, and again, the weird stuff in the background that you see behind me. If you're a TI, it is not some type of supernatural ghost, spirit, have you. It is the green screen software. And I gotta say this because some TIs will see this, especially the religious one, and start saying some ridiculous things. Okay? So again, it is the green screen software that I'm using, and because the color of my shirt and the fill-in background from the green screen is what causing this. This is the software trying to find the edge of my outline, the silhouette, right? And so that's what you see what's happening here. Okay? So anyway, so again, you'll see the follow-up of the red theme, right? So you see as I turn, look, there's one person wearing bright red jumpsuit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, when you think about when people say, why don't black people talk about mental illness or perceive mental illness? Because I think a lot of them, particularly being that we are so religious, a lot of them have accepted this coercive persuasion program based on their religious belief. And we know that religious organization use these types of program on its members, and not just on its members, but by those who they may have a vendetta against, by those who they are given a list from the U.S. government, from the security agencies, to surveil, to harass and stalk, and because they're getting that money from the government, that they participate in this sort of program. So you see, as I approach the guy right here wearing the black, he's gonna extend his arm out, but the hand that he extend his palm is facing towards me. Again, palm fixation drill. You see that? Right? So they'll wait until I'm close. Okay, I want to pause it. All right. So watch as that guy close. Now he's gonna start moving. Right there. Okay. See, with the red theme. Also. All right. Okay. So, this is what they do. Okay. And I know that this video is not as fluid as my others, and because again, whatever they're doing to the computer, and I don't really have the time to really indulge in fixing it. All right, but I also want to talk about this. This is from the Hidden Evil, the covert elite, the elite covert war against the civilian population. Okay, and I talk about directed energy weapons. Okay, particularly you guys hear me talk about the vibration that I used to get that caused damage to my spine, my headaches, as well as other things, right? So it says some attacks that targets have reported can be explained with conventional technology. For instance, some unclassified DUs, directed energy weapons, can cause nausea, fatigue, headaches, bowel liquefaction, and a variety of other symptoms. Okay, so this is not science fiction. This technology currently exists. Some of it is decades old and has been tested on civilians, although some of the technology being used on targeted individuals is probably much more advanced than the weapons outlined below. I list them because their existence is indisputable. In the article entitled Wonder Weapons, the U.S. News and World Report stated on July 7, 1997, that acoustic weapons can vibrate internal organs, cause nausea, paralysis, and liquefy bowels. Wired Digital Magazine reported in February of 1995 that directed energy weapons, which have been researched for decades, okay, could cause scroll down too much. Okay. And now I can't see this computer. It's like, anyway. Alright. So it said Wired Digital Magazine reported in February of 1995 that directed energy weapons, which have been researched for decades, could cause vomiting and bowel liquefaction. So the surveillance technology could project holographic images. Moret contend that some of these weapons are both land and space-based, and McKinney spoke of the use of the electrical grid throughout the country. The use of microwave towers and devices affixed to poles that are connected to power lines. She explains, these weapon systems are used by neighbors surrounding persons who have been singled out as target of opportunity. Despite some media reports portraying this technology as emergent, it has been used on the civilian population for decades. And that is true. I can certainly attest for that based on my own experience. High-powered microwave. Microwave DUs will produce dizziness, burning, headaches, eye problems, damaged nervous system and internal organs, heart attacks, strokes, aneurysm, cancer, and the inability to concentrate. And now, the inability to concentrate, it's a big thing with me, and also my eyes. Because when I'm being targeted heavily, I don't have the ability to concentrate anymore. I recently purchased Adderall, which is supposed to help with concentration, in order to help me concentrate a lot more. But at the rate that I'm being targeted, it's very hard. With the noise campaign, I can't do any studying during the day, so I had to wait till the kids go to bed if I'm by Pam, or if I'm over by me, late. So what I started doing is going to bed early, waking up around 3 in the morning in order to do my homework or to study, right? Because this is what I do, because I cannot do it during the day or early in the night, because the noise campaign, and by the time I wake up in the morning, whatever I studied, I forget. Okay? So according to Moret and Munzer, after TIs are identified, they are attacked with these weapons 24/7. The weapon damage internal organs and cause tremendous pain. Dr. Munzer expressed that the attackers are merciless as you cannot imagine. Yeah, I know. Okay, I share it all the time. The Stasi used DUs on a citizen enemy. An article entitled Dissidents says Stasi gave them cancer by the BBC in May of 1999 described how several well-known nonconformists died of cancer under suspicious condition. Their friends and relatives suspect directed energy murder. In her book, The People's State, Mary Fulbrook declared the Stasi not only initiated well-attested murders of a number of individuals, but also attempt more subtle method of causing long-term ill health and death from less easily identifiable causes, such as cancer caused by exposure to sustained high level of radiation. LIDA. The Russian LIDA machine is an old brain entertainment device used for the drugless sedation of mental patients. This device can be used as a weapon to drain a person of energy. The pulse rate can be adjusted so that it causes fatigue or sleeplessness. Although the LIDA signal does not travel a great distance, it can be used through walls and an apartment building. This device is about the size of a bread box and works silently. Okay, then here's the voice of skull. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, in 1973, the WRAIR discovered that pulse analog of spoken words can be sent directly into a person's cranium, causing them to hear voices. If you have a tightly focused antenna, Voice or other sound can be transmitted over a distance through walls directly into the skull of a person. This was possible nearly 40 years ago. A March of 1975 issue of the American Psychologist declared that wireless and receiverless communication of speech has been achieved by Dr. Sharp. Communication has in fact been demonstrated, they proclaim. The capability of communicating directly with the human being by receiverless radio has obvious potentiality both within and without the clinic. Microwave hearing is used to taunt people. TIs have reported hearing door slamming, which they've been doing a lot lately, voices, sexual and religious degradation, screaming, etc. Some have experienced mock execution with gunshots. These microwave hearing attacks, says McKinney, are typical. Okay, and I'm not going to go through the. Also go to silent sound, right, which is very important because it's what they use on me a lot of the time, and my kids, and my family. Silent sound, developed by Dr. Oliver Lowry, also called Clear Channel, is an improvement over the time splicing subliminal suggestion. It does not need to compete with other sound to influence a subject because it occupies a separate channel just beyond the human hearing range. Hence the name Clear Channel. This channel is a direct conduit to the subconscious. Silent sound can be used by installing a hidden speaker near a person's work area or in their home. These suggestions can be played constantly and the TI would not be consciously aware of it. Well, they don't need to do that now. They don't need to place a speaker now. Now it's all done through radio and microwave. Okay? And here he talks about silent sound can be transmitted to ordinary radio or television carrier frequencies and all this stuff. Okay? So this is going to be it for the video. I gotta go. I wish I can talk more about this, but I really gotta go. And again, just sharing my experience in this program, in this criminal coercive persuasion, this non-consensual human experimentation program, the illegal microchipping for the purpose of remote neural monitoring. And I'll see you guys in the next video.